Before we begin today's recording, I'd like to apologize again. The midterms are upon us, like I've said in the past episode or two. And so, because of that, I'm having to make the recording with the kids at home. So, I'm here chilling with baby boy trying to make this recording. So, yeah, you might hear some babbles every now and then. So, straight to the matter of the day. Now, as service professionals, we have to take the initiative whenever we're dealing with prospective clients and customers. And not just that, but when we're also dealing with fulfillment centers and other vendors that we work with. So, this is something that wedding planners are familiar with because the success of their job depends not on just what they do, but what other people do. And so those are the people, our fulfillment partners. And so it's the same for those of us who are wedding photographers, for instance. I have a place where I get my photo books done, my frames done. Let's see, what else? All the other deliverables that I hand over to my clients. I don't get them done myself. I mean, apart from the basic capture and the editing. So we all have fulfillment partners and other vendors that we work with. And so as service professionals, we have to bear the initiative to make sure that things run according to schedule. Now, the importance of this is something that dawned on me, again, quite recently, because I've been working with a fulfillment center for a while now. And you can say, quite frankly, I've gotten comfortable. And so I started slacking off in my what would I say, monitoring procedures, if I can put it that way. So the gist is this basically, there was a job that needed to be done. I went in there, I approved everything, and then I asked for a hard date about when things would be ready. Things are going to be ready Wednesday next week. And for the frames, I said, well, just select out of these ones, just keep it simple, and I left. Now, normally what I should have done if I was on top of my game, because it's hard to keep track of things if you don't have a CRM. That's a customer relationship management platform or device or whatever. Some people use post-it notes, some people use diaries. I just happen to use Google Calendar. So typically what I would have done if I was on top of my game would have been to put an entry in the calendar. So I would have called on Monday to say, hey guys, what's up? How's the book coming along? What about the frames? Have you guys made progress? Are we still on course for Wednesday? But like I said, I've worked with them for a long time. And so I got sloppy. I forgot to put the calendar entry. And then basically, I woke up on Wednesday morning and then it hit me like, oh, things are supposed to be ready today. And so I started ringing them up and like, hey, how far? And then they say, oh, the book is done. I'm like, okay, what about the frames? And they say, well, the frames are not done because this guy wasn't sure whether you like the frames or you wouldn't like this one or you wouldn't like that one. And so because of that, he didn't do anything. And for a while, I was kind of upset. But then I thought about it. Really, the fault was mine because I delegated a task to be done without clear parameters. And I also didn't use my normal process, which is scheduling a follow-through action in the calendar. So basically, I was the one who dropped the ball, and so I shouldn't be angry for any deficiencies on their part. So I just said, okay, no, the book is done. That's good. I'll come in tomorrow morning so that I can see to the frames myself. Now, luckily for me, whenever I'm dealing with clients and I'm giving them estimated time frames, I always leave a period of a gap just in case there are any issues so we can deal with that. So luckily for me, I didn't tell the client Wednesday. I told the client Friday. And so it's something that was able to be sorted out ahead of time. So I talked a lot on the podcast about how we ought to take initiative since we are the ones who are professionals and we cannot expect everybody to be that, what will I say, forward-thinking or assertive over the process. If you run into people who work that way, and if you end up working with fulfillment partners who work that way, then it's absolutely wonderful. It's absolutely bliss. But until that happens, you have to take the initiative in these sorts of things. So, in a sense, you could say the fault was theirs, but ultimately, as a service professional, the fault was mine. I delegated without clear parameters, and I also didn't set clear follow-through actions for how we're going to get the job done. And so, with that personal experience, I figured I'd hop over here and then share that bit of insight with you guys, so that for those of you who are not quite aware of this yet, or if you haven't seen the applications to other people, we'll see that this is a principle that we're supposed to follow, not just when we're dealing with customers and potential clients, people who give us money, but also when we're dealing with our fulfillment partners. Those are people that we have to give money to, and we depend on them to be able to make sure that we have happy customers at the end of the day. So, so that's it. Basically, you are the service professional, and so take the initiative. We can't really depend on other people to take the initiative per se, especially when they are not our employees and it's not within our own house and within our own sphere of control. So thank you very much for listening to the Sales for the Nigerian Wedding Industry podcast. I'm your host, Abuja-based event and wedding photographer Tabishima Ayede. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. I'll catch you guys at the next recording. And I believe today I should get a gold star, because I think this is the first episode in a long while that I have done that is under 10 minutes. So you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you at the next recording.